The office buzzed quietly with the usual morning energy, the hum of computers, the soft murmur of conversations, and the steady clinking of coffee cups. Mei sat at her desk, a notepad open in front of her as she reviewed the team's agenda for the day. Mariah and Amber stood nearby, sipping their lattes as they waited for Mei to finish typing a quick email. Mariah, so, first things first, Mei. Are we still good on the Baxter account call this afternoon? I feel like their team keeps needing more clarification because they're stalling. Mei without looking up, absolutely. I'll lead the call and nudge them toward the finish line. We need them to commit or move on, we can't keep holding their hand. Amber, got it. And about the event proposal for Harlow Corp, I sent over the draft last night. Did you get a chance to review it? Mei nodding, I did. Solid. Let's present it in the team meeting later and get final approvals. We're in a good place. She finished her email with a flourish and turned back to her friends, smiling. Mei, anything else? Amber and Mariah exchanged glances, their lips twitching like they were trying not to laugh. Mariah leaning in, yeah. One more thing. She pointed down toward Mei's hand. Mei blinked, then followed her gaze, suddenly realizing the light from her engagement ring was catching Amber's eye like a beacon. She froze for half a second before casually sliding her hand under the notepad. Amber gasping, oh, no, ma'am. Do not try to hide that sparkler. Show us the ring, Mei. Mariah grinning, girl, we've been standing here for 5 minutes waiting for you to say something. You really thought we wouldn't notice? Mei laughing nervously, okay. Calm down. I was going to tell you, but it's still so new. Reluctantly, she lifted her hand and placed it on the desk, the diamond catching the light again. Both Amber and Mariah squealed, leaning in for a closer look. Amber, oh my god, it's gorgeous. Eric really outdid himself. Mariah, seriously. Classic, elegant, not too flashy. Just like you, Mei. And wait, does this mean? Did he propose last night? Mei smiling, cheeks flushing, he did. Amber clapping her hands, details, Mei. We need all the details. Mei leaned back in her chair, fiddling with the ring as a soft smile played on her lips. Mei, it was perfect. I was spiraling, stressed about my parents and how we're going to handle everything. Derek just grounded me. He pulled out the ring and told me he didn't want to wait anymore. He was so calm, so sure. I couldn't say no. Mariah mock swooning, ugh, men like that are the dream. Confident but not cocky. Romantic without being over the top. You really hit the jackpot. Amber, I still can't believe you were thinking of breaking up with him a few months ago. What changed your mind? Mei thoughtfully, honestly. Finding out I was pregnant. It scared me at first, but it also made me realize how much I love him. How much I want us to work, no matter what my parents think. Amber and Mariah exchanged softer looks, their teasing giving way to genuine admiration. Mariah, that's brave, Mei. Seriously. It's not easy to stand up to family expectations. But Eric sounds like he's worth it. Amber, totally. And honestly, your parents might surprise you. I mean, eventually. Mei laughed, shaking her head. Mei, let's not hold our breath. But thank you, both of you. It means a lot to know you're in my corner. Amber, always, girl. Now, can we circle back to this wedding? When's the big day, and can I start planning your bachelorette party? Mariah grinning, and by bachelorette party, she means a weekend getaway with just enough chaos to make memories. Mei groaning but laughing, one step at a time, please. We're just trying to get through the next few weeks without my parents disowning me. After that, we'll talk weddings and bachelorette parties. Amber smirking, fair enough. But just so you know, I already have a list of potential destinations. Mariah, and I'll make sure there's karaoke wherever we go. Mei, the meeting is soon so I have to get ready. Mei gathered her laptop and a notebook, preparing for a meeting with a client. Mariah and Amber lingered by her desk, still buzzing with excitement from her engagement reveal. Mei grinning, all right, you two behave while I'm gone. No snooping through my desk or planning wild bachelorette parties while I'm in this meeting. Amber mock serious, us? Snooping? Never. Mariah pretending to zip her lips, we're angels. Mei laughing, sure. I'll be back in an hour. With that, Mei left the office, the door clicking shut behind her. Amber and Mariah exchanged a look, their earlier excitement dimming slightly as concern crept in. Amber, okay, tell me I'm not the only one who thinks this is all happening a little too fast. Mariah, you're not. I mean, I love Mei, but she's been so stressed about her parents and this pregnancy. And now she's engaged. What if she's rushing into this? Amber nodding, exactly. And Eric seems great, but do we really know him? Like, really? Mariah, not at all. And that's what worries me. Mei's been through enough. The last thing she needs is to end up heartbroken or worse, married to someone who isn't who he says he is. Amber pulled out her phone, her expression thoughtful. Amber, you know what we need. A little research. If Eric's as perfect as he seems, we'll feel better, right? Mariah hesitant, Amber, I don't know. Snooping on her fiancé feels wrong. What if Mei finds out? She'll kill us. Amber, not if we're right and we save her from a huge mistake. Look, I'll just check his social media. Nothing invasive. Mariah sighed but leaned in as Amber scrolled through her phone, searching Eric's online profiles. After a few moments, Amber froze, her eyes narrowing at a photo. Amber, look at this. Mariah peered at the screen, which displayed an older photo of Eric with a stunning woman, their arms draped over each other in a way that looked more than friendly. Mariah, who's that? Amber, no idea. But he's tagged her in the post. Let's check her profile. With a few taps, Amber found the woman's account. It was filled with glamorous photos, and a quick scroll revealed more pictures of her and Eric, all from a few years ago. Mariah, they look close. Like, really close. Amber frowning, exactly. What if he's still in touch with her? What if he's not over her? Mei deserves to know if he's playing games. Mariah nervous, Amber, this feels like we're crossing a line. Amber, I know, but if we don't look out for her, who will? She's blinded by love right now. If Eric's hiding something, we need to find out before it's too late. Mariah reluctantly, alright, but what's the plan? We can't just accuse him out of nowhere. Amber thinking, we don't have to. We'll test him. I'll send him a message pretending to be her nothing crazy, just friendly and see how he responds. If he's loyal, he'll shut it down immediately. If not. Mariah sighing, then we tell Mei. Amber nodded, determination in her eyes as she began drafting the message. Mariah leaned back, her stomach twisting with unease. They both loved Mei and wanted to protect her, but as they pressed send, a small voice in the back of Mariah's mind wondered if they were making a mistake. Later that day, Amber and Mariah sat at Mei's desk, pretending to go over a project as their phones rested between them. Every few seconds, Amber would glance at her screen, waiting for a response to the message she sent to Eric under the guise of his former girlfriend. Mariah nervously whispering, what exactly did you say to him again? Amber, relax. It was harmless. Just something casual to see how he'd react. Mariah, Amber, if this blows up in our faces. Amber's phone buzzed, cutting Mariah off. They both jumped slightly before Amber grabbed the device and opened the notification. She read Eric's reply, her eyes widening as she scanned the screen. Mariah leaning over, what does it say? Is he flirting? Acting shady? Amber read the message aloud, her voice filled with a mix of relief and sheepishness. Amber reading, hey, Ari. Good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well, but I think you've got the wrong idea. I'm engaged now to an amazing woman and I'm not interested in anything but wishing you the best. Amber looked up at Mariah, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. Mariah letting out a breath, well, that's clear. He shut that down fast. Amber, yeah. No hesitation, no lingering feelings. He even called Mei amazing. Mariah, which she is. Honestly, we should have trusted her judgment. Eric's clearly not hiding anything. Amber groaning, okay, I admitted I might have overreacted. But it's because I care about Mei. She's like family to us, and I didn't want her to get hurt. Mariah, same here. But maybe next time we should stick to talking things out instead of playing detective. Amber sheepishly, agreed. And definitely no more pretending to be random exes. This feels wrong now. Just as they were about to move on, the office door opened, and Mei walked in, her confident stride faltering slightly as she noticed their awkward expressions. Mei raising an eyebrow, "All right, what did you two do?" Amber too quickly, "Nothing." Mariah at the same time, "What makes you think we did anything?" Mei crossed her arms, her sharp gaze moving between the two of them. Amber squirmed under the scrutiny. "Mei, spill it. I know those faces. What are you hiding?" Mariah shot Amber a panicked look, but Amber sighed, deciding to come clean. "Amber, okay, fine. Don't hate us, but we were worried about Eric. We thought maybe you were moving too fast, and we wanted to make sure he wasn't, hiding anything." Mei frowning, "What did you do?" Mariah, Amber sent a message to him, pretending to be his ex, just to see how he'd respond. Mei's jaw dropped, and she stared at them in disbelief. "Mei, you what? Are you serious?" Amber holding up her hands, wait. Before you get mad, he passed the test with flying colors. He shut it down immediately and told her, "Well, us that he's engaged to an amazing woman and only wants you." Mei blinked, her anger flickering into something softer, though her tone remained firm. "Mei, I can't believe you too. Do you have any idea how insulting that is? Not just to Eric, but to me. I trust him completely. You should too." Mariah looking down, "You're right. We messed up. We were just scared for you, Mei. You've been through so much, and we didn't want to see you get hurt." Mei sighed, pinching the bridge of her nose. She could feel the genuine concern in their words, even if their actions had been misguided. "Mei, I get that you care, and I appreciate it. But Eric's a good man. He's proven it to me over and over again. You don't need to test him, just trust him. Trust me." Amber softly, "We're sorry, Mei. Really. No more tests, no more doubts. We promise." Mei, "Good. Because if Eric ever finds out about this, I'm the one who'll have to deal with the fallout." The three women shared a small, awkward laugh, the tension easing slightly. Mei shook her head, her lips curving into a reluctant smile. "Mei, you're lucky I love you both. But seriously, stay out of my relationship from now on." Amber and Mariah in unison, "Deal." Later that evening, Mei sat at her dining table, the glow from the city skyline spilling into her apartment. Her untouched cup of tea sat beside her, steam curling lazily upward. She couldn't stop replaying the day's events in her mind, the disbelief, the frustration, and, oddly, the hint of amusement at her friends' antics. Mei thinking, they meant well. They always do. But seriously, messaging Eric's ex? That's next level meddling. And Eric? He handled it perfectly. He's so steady, so sure. I wish I could be like that. She sighed, tapping her fingers on the edge of her cup. As much as she was annoyed with Mariah and Amber, she couldn't deny the humor in the situation. And an idea was slowly taking shape in her mind, a way to turn the tables and maybe even test Eric in a way that wasn't about his loyalty but his sense of humor. Mei smiling to herself, what if I flipped this? Ari could be part of something good. The next morning, Mei gathered Mariah and Amber in her office before the start of the workday. Both women looked nervous as they sat across from Mei's desk, waiting for her to speak. Mei leaned back in her chair, her expression unreadable. Mei, so, I've been thinking about what you two did yesterday. Amber quickly, we already said we're sorry, Mei. We were out of line. Mei interrupting, holding up a hand, I know, and I believe you. But here's the thing, I've decided to let it go. On one condition. Mariah and Amber exchanged wary glances. Mariah, what kind of condition? Mei's lips curved into a mischievous smile. Mei, you're going to help me prank Eric. Amber blinking, wait. What? Prank Eric? You want to prank him? Mei nodding, yep. And you're going to help me pull it off. But here's the twist, I want to involve Ari. Mariah wide-eyed, his ex? Mei, are you sure that's a good idea? You were mad at us just yesterday for bringing her into this. Mei, I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Eric's response to your message proved he's loyal, right? This isn't about testing him. It's about seeing how he handles a little chaos. Besides, if Ari's willing to play along, it could be hilarious. I want to see how Eric reacts when his past shows up unexpectedly. Amber grinning now, okay, I'm intrigued. But how do we even contact her? And what exactly are we going to do? Mei, you two already found her profile, right? Just reach out and explain everything. Tell her it's my idea. If she's cool with it, we'll set up a scenario where she runs into Eric somewhere and acts like she's still interested. Nothing too over the top, but enough to catch him off guard. Mariah frowning, Mei, are you sure this is a good idea? What if it backfires? Or what if Ari refuses? Mei, if Ari says no, we drop it. No harm, no foul. But something tells me she might be game. And if it works, Eric will either laugh it off or get totally flustered. Either way, it'll be worth it. Amber, and if he figures out it's a prank? Mei grinning, then I'll just blame you too. You started this mess, remember? The three of them burst into laughter, the tension from the previous day melting away. Mariah still looked a little hesitant, but Amber was fully on board, already pulling out her phone. Amber, alright, let's do this. I'll message her and see if she's interested. If she says yes, we'll plan the ultimate prank. Mariah sighing but smiling, you're lucky we love you, Mei. This could get interesting. Mei smirking, that's the point. Let's see if Eric can handle a little fun. Amber and Mariah sat huddled over Amber's phone in the break room during their lunch hour, debating the best way to contact Ari. Amber had found Ari's profile again, her finger hovering over the message button. Amber, okay, so how do we start this? Hi, we're Mei's friends, and we kind of catfished your ex yesterday. That doesn't exactly scream trustworthy. Mariah, we'll just have to be honest. Lay it all out and hope she doesn't block us. Start with the apology, it softens the blow. Amber sighed but nodded, typing as she spoke aloud. Amber typing, hi Ari, my name's Amber, and I'm reaching out on behalf of my friend Mei, who's engaged to Eric. First, let me apologize. Yesterday, my friend and I made a big mistake. We were worried about Mei rushing into things, so we messaged Eric pretending to be you to see how he'd respond. Mariah, good. Now make it clear that Eric passed the test with flying colors. Amber continuing, Eric was amazing. He shut us down immediately and made it clear he's completely devoted to Mei. We feel terrible for dragging your name into this, and we want to make it right. Mei knows about everything, and she actually had a funny idea. If you're up for it. Mariah, perfect. Now pitch the prank. Amber typing, here's the deal, Mei wants to prank Eric by involving you in a harmless setup. If you're willing, we'd love for you to pretend to run into Eric and act like you're still interested, just to see how he reacts. We promise it's all in good fun, and Mei will handle everything. Let us know what you think. Amber reread the message twice before hitting send. The two women stared at the screen, nerves buzzing as they waited for a reply. Mariah, what if she doesn't respond? Or worse, what if she's angry? Amber, then we drop it and tell Mei it's a no-go. Honestly, I wouldn't blame her if she told us to get lost. Minutes stretched into what felt like hours before Amber's phone vibrated with a new notification. They both leaned in as Amber opened the message. Ari replying, wow. Okay, first of all, thanks for being honest. I can't lie, it's a little weird knowing my name got dragged into this, but I get it, you're just looking out for your friend. And honestly, I'm flattered Eric handled it so well. He's a great guy, and Mei's lucky to have him. Amber reading, phew, she doesn't hate us. Ari continuing, as for the prank. I'm actually kind of intrigued. I've got no hard feelings, and it sounds like Mei has a good sense of humor. I'd be happy to help as long as everyone's in on the joke at the end. Just tell me when and where. Mariah grinning, she's in. This is going to be amazing. Burr and Mariah quickly responded, thanking Ari profusely and coordinating details for the prank. They decided on a casual setup. Ari would run into Eric at his favorite coffee shop and strike up a conversation, subtly hinting that she still had feelings for him. Meanwhile, Mei, Amber, and Mariah would be nearby, ready to reveal the prank once Eric started squirming or handled it with his usual charm. Amber texting back, thank you so much, Ari. Mei will love this. Don't worry, we'll make sure Eric knows you're just playing along when it's all over. We'll be in touch with the exact time and place soon. After sending the message, Amber leaned back with a satisfied grin. Amber, mission accomplished. Mei's going to love this. Mariah smiling, and Eric. He won't know what hit him. Amber and Mariah burst into Mei's office during a break in her schedule. Mei, sipping coffee while reviewing a contract, raised an eyebrow at their overly eager expressions. Mei, what now? You two look like you just won the lottery. Amber grinning, even better. We reached out to Ari. Mei interrupting, startled, wait, you actually contacted her? Mariah nodding, yep. We apologized, explained everything, and she said yes. Mei blinked, then leaned back in her chair, trying to process what she'd just heard. Mei, Ari's okay with this. She's willing to prank Eric. Amber smiling, totally. She even said she thought it was hilarious. No hard feelings. She's in, Mei. Mei set down her coffee, a slow smile spreading across her face as the absurdity of the situation hit her. Mei, wow. I wasn't sure she'd agree. But this could actually be really fun. You two pulled this off without messing it up for once. Impressive. Mariah mock offended, hey. We're capable of getting things right occasionally. Mei laughing, okay. Credit where it's due. So, what's the plan? Amber and Mariah exchanged excited looks before launching into the details of the prank, describing how Ari would run into Eric at his favorite coffee shop and play her part as a still interested ex. Amber, we'll be there too, but keeping a low profile. Once Eric starts getting awkward or handles it like the perfect guy he always seems to be, we'll swoop in and reveal everything. Mei grinning, I love it. He's always so composed, this might actually throw him off. And even if it doesn't, it'll be fun to watch him try to navigate it. Mariah teasing, you're not worried he'll figure it out too quickly? Mei smirking, oh, he might. But if he does, he'll probably play along just to mess with me. Either way, it's a win. The following afternoon, Eric sat in a cozy corner of his favorite coffee shop, sipping his latte while flipping through some documents on his tablet. Mei, Amber, and Mariah watched from a nearby table, strategically positioned behind a divider where they could see everything but remain out of sight. Mei's heart raced as she spotted Ari walk in, perfectly styled and exuding confidence. Amber whispering, she looks great. This is going to be epic. Mei smiling nervously, she's nailing the part already. Let's see how Eric handles this. Ari approached Eric's table with a friendly but hesitant smile. Eric looked up, momentarily surprised, before recognition dawned on his face. Ari, Eric. Wow, it's been a long time. Eric setting his tablet aside, Ari. It has been a while. How've you been? The two exchanged small talk, Ari flawlessly easing into her role. After a few minutes, she leaned in slightly, her tone shifting to something softer. Ari, you know, I've thought about reaching out a few times. Things between us ended kind of abruptly, and I always wondered. What if? From their hidden spot, Mei's jaw dropped. Amber stifled a giggle, and Mariah grinned like a Cheshire cat. Mei whispering, she's really going for it. I almost feel bad for him. Amber grinning, don't. He deserves a little chaos after how calm he's been through everything. Eric leaned back in his chair, his expression calm but curious. He chuckled softly, shaking his head. Eric, Ari, I appreciate the honesty. But I've moved on and I'm really happy where I am now. Mei's incredible, and I'm lucky to have her in my life. Behind the divider, Mei felt her heart swell, even as her cheeks burned with a mix of pride and embarrassment. Mei murmuring, he's too good. He's handling this perfectly. Ari smiling, I figured you'd say that. Mei's lucky to have you. At that moment, Amber decided to end the charade. She, Mei, and Mariah stepped out from behind the divider, grinning like kids caught sneaking candy. Amber laughing, okay, time's up. Eric, you just got pranked. Eric's eyes widened as he looked between the women and Ari, who was now laughing along with the group. He shook his head, a rueful smile playing on his lips. Eric, let me guess this was all your idea, Mei? Mei smirking. Actually, it was theirs. But I approved. Eric chuckling, you three are dangerous together. Ari, you weren't on this. Ari grinning, guilty. Mei told me everything, and I couldn't resist. Eric leaned back in his chair, shaking his head in disbelief but laughing softly. Eric, you got me. I'll admit it, I didn't see this coming. But you do realize I'll have to get you back for this Sunday, right? Mei playfully, bring it on, Johnson. But good luck topping this. The group erupted into laughter, the tension dissolving into light-hearted camaraderie. Thank you for listening to If at All Modern. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, share and hit that notification bell for more from this series.